Blog Talk Radio.
We are living in a computer-programmed reality, and the only clue we have to it is when some variable is changed and some alteration in our reality occurs. We would have the overwhelming impression that we were reliving the present, déjà vu, perhaps in precisely the same way, hearing the same words, saying the same words. I submit that these impressions are valid and significant, and I will even say this: such an impression is a clue that at some past time point a variable was changed, reprogrammed as it were, and that because of this an alternative world branched off.
Good morning. Hey, good morning. It's a good start to today's show, isn't it? Good morning. Good morning. I feel like I should do maybe an intro like a seminar. What do you think? Good morning. How is everybody out there today? Huh? I can't hear you. How are you? What? That's more like it. All right. Have we got a great show for you today? This is the first day of the rest of your life. It's 11/11/11. And I'm so absolutely excited beyond belief to be here with you now to share this information with you, information that will change your life. Change your life. At the end of the show, you will walk away and you will be a different person. And yet, just like the universe itself, an utter paradox, more than you've ever been before. Now, how can that be? Well, I'll tell you what. It's the power of truth, and the truth shall set you free. So keep your mind open and your heart even more open than your mind. Because today, hopefully, both will be blown. We're going to have Dr. Jack Pruett on in about 10 minutes or so. I have to call him. It's one of these things. I feel okay about calling him. He's older than me. People that are younger than me, they need to call me. It's a respect thing, I think. So he's older than me. He's he's lived a little bit. He deserves my calling him. So I'll call him, and you'll hear the digits on the phone and all that stuff. But it's 11/11. We're going to have Dr. Jack Pruett on, and he's going to be talking about our extraterrestrial origins. It's a very popular topic these days. Everybody from Michael Tellinger to Paul Von Ward, who I played an interview with last week on the Friday show. Friday just might be Alien Origin Fridays. I might just do an Alien Origin show every Friday. I don't think so, but it seems like for the last 2 weeks, that's where the orientation has been. So Dr. Jack Pruett will be on here. He's a longtime friend of Dr. Ron Paul. They're both practicing physicians together in the state of Texas. And he was an obstetrician, just like Dr. Ron Paul was, delivering a lot of babies, bringing them into this world. We may talk about his relationship with Ron Paul just a little. I'll talk about Ron Paul right now. Just, was it 2 nights ago when they had the CNBC debate with all the Republican candidates were Rick Perry. Rick Perry is becoming more interesting to me as the debates go on. Okay. Now, I don't think he's a great candidate, and I think that he will do anything to get elected. And I think he's the guy that has been driving the North America Transcorridor from Mexico up to Canada. It goes right through Texas. His state, can make a lot of money off this thing, even though most Americans don't want it. But he's driving that bus. But if you've been following the Perry campaign, last week he was drunk. Clear that he was drunk, and he was on stage talking about his platform. And then, he couldn't remember one of the departments that he would cut. You can't fuck up in a debate. I mean, there's so much scrutiny on these things. If you look at what happened to Howard Dean, and he was a progressive darling, but he wasn't the progressive darling. No, he wasn't. That had to be John Kerry, for reasons we all know, which was lay down and roll over like a dog whenever the voting system collapses and it's proven to be an utter fraud. Don't challenge it, because that's not why you ran. You did not run to challenge it. You ran to not challenge it. And we paid you handsomely for that. We gave you your wife, the daughter of the Hines family fortune, Teresa Hines. Anyway, I'm going way off topic today. But Rick Perry was he's been funny to watch, unfortunately. Unintentional comedy from the Rick Perry camp. Ron Paul won that debate, by the way. That's how we got here. That's how we got on this topic. Ron Paul won the debate. CNBC took the poll down. It wasn't even close. Ron Paul had 60% of the vote. I was on a forum last night, a chat forum, and again, pretty sophisticated guys. They're older, they're professional, they've got money, they're progressives. I'll tell you that right now. But one of the things that I found fascinating, right, was people will say this about Ron Paul. Oh, I love his ideas. Oh, well, he's honest. He seems like a good man. He's not electable. Well, why not? Well, he looks funny. He's old. I mean, there are all these barriers, right, to his electability. He's no older than Reagan was when Reagan got elected, by the way. But they just say he's not electable. I won't even. He's nice. He's got some good ideas. Not electable. So I begin to think about this. Well, why is somebody not electable? So my first thought was, well, these people are just part of a herd mentality. They will just, move along with the other cows in the herd, and that's the sort of the party line. And they don't want to stand out from the pack or stand out from the herd. That's what I thought. Okay, they're just going along to get along, as Dr. Phil would say. But then I thought about it even more. And here's what I came up with. Here is my theory about electability. My theory is that it's epigenetic, okay? And so when people look at a candidate, and we're talking about a male, by the way, not a female, talking about a male, the reason why certain candidates are, quote-unquote, electable is because somewhere inside the DNA, the person who is making this very subconscious, emotional decision, in many ways, not a rational decision, because if rationality were the thing that was going to carry the day, Ron Paul would be president. But it's not. So they look at the candidate, and I'll tell you what they're looking at. They're looking at virility. They're looking at the ability to sire a child, to have a kid. And then not only do that, but to protect that kid. To me, this is the naturally selective process known as electability. Because here is what we have. We have a nation of children. A nation of children that step back and say, this could be the father of the country. This person will protect us. This person will make us safe. This person will make us feel secure. Ah, he's electable. Let's elect this person. I think it's epigenetic, and I don't think it's even close. People look at Mitt Romney, electable. Barack Obama was very electable. Are you kidding me? Put him up against John McCain. John McCain was not electable. Why? Because he had no juice, literally, figuratively. That guy, he couldn't sire a child. I mean, maybe he could, but, you know, that's not the primal response of the DNA. So that's why John McCain did not get elected. And it was very clear that they put John McCain up against Barack Obama, virile, non-virile. It's that simple. If you go back in time and you look at really the first image that captured people's imagination of Barack Obama, what was it? It was him, you know, bounding out of the ocean, shirtless, buff. By the way, he's lost a lot of weight. It's not the same body on that guy. But that's what people saw. Now that, by the way, that's electability. That's an electable picture. Are you kidding me? What a funny world we live in. Okay, so I think Dr. Jack Pruett is expecting my call. So let's call him. Let me get on the, hold on, let me find the pad here. Where is the pad? I've got to find, I always have to find the pad. Let's see, guest call in, let's do this, here we go. All right, so we're going to call him right now. So you're going to hear the digits and all that stuff. Okay, so here we go, let's do this. And we got, this is not the most compelling part of the show when I stop talking, but just give me a second here. Let's dial them up. It should be him now. Here we go. All right. He's not there. Waiting. Right?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Let's
cancel that, and let's do this. Let's send a quick email to Julie, who is this press person, and let's do this. Okay, just called, no answer. Let's try one more time, shall we? All right, let's go back, let's get the number again. Try it again. You know, I was on a roll there. Speaking on a roll, there's a video with Jesse Ventura out there. It's pretty amazing, actually. So let me see. Let's see if I can find this again. Let's see. Okay, hold on. So you should check out the video for Jesse Ventura. He blasts, and I mean, so what happened with Jesse Ventura is he wanted to sue the United States for not being able to. Jesse Ventura believes his rights are being violated with TSA, and he went to sue the United States. So Jesse Ventura, just to let you know, has a titanium hip, and every time he goes through security, it goes off. And that's a problem for him. And he wants to get, he doesn't want to have to go through that. Now, mind you, John Boehner and everybody associated with this government, Congress, Senate, they don't have to go through the same security that you and I have to go through. And if you have a private plane, there is no security in private planes. So, I mean, think about that. If you were a terrorist, right? If you were a terrorist and you really wanted to wreak havoc, just go get a private plane. Why deal with security? Anyway, I'm not advocating that, by the way. I would never advocate any act of terror. Just trust me on that. Let's try Dr. Jack again. Let's try this one more time here. Dial it up. See what happens.